Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Young Rails and we're coming back with another episode. Today we are talking about episode 4, House of Dragons, and this was definitely a good episode. Now let's get into From this scene, you get to see that how Rhaenyra really doesn't want to get wed off to just some lame or any kind of house. Goes to show you that she has a lot of authority, especially with Viserys. And I gotta say, that scene with the kid killing that dude, man, loved it. Now, as Rhaenyra is headed home, she is interrupted by Damon's flying, beautiful dragon Caraxes as he flies over the ship when she's heading back to King's Landing. And I gotta say, once again, man, that dragon is gorgeous. Basically, Damon comes in with Caraxes and he has won the narrow seas and they've crowned him king. So he brings the crown to Viserys and Viserys welcomes back his brother with open arms and it's all love. In the next scene, they continue to show the tension as everybody moves from the throne room to basically the garden house or whatever you want to call it in the King's Landing. They basically move there and everybody's getting to know each other, talking again and, kind of honoring that Damon came in and handed over the crown, and still to this day they don't like him, but he's there and he's offering peace, so everything's all good. But you can definitely see the tension between Rhaenyra and Viserys because she didn't get wed off immediately like he expected. It was definitely awkward in the garden. Now, what I like about the show is that they do a lot of coming together with certain characters, like characters that that have a lot of tension between each other. So they bring those two things together. When those two worlds collide, you know it's going to be good. The tension between Alicent and Rhaenyra, they usually bring that together. You can see the tension between Viserys and Damon. That is usually very high tense and crazy. But there's also the tension between Otto Hightower and Damon. These things are something that Game of Thrones does very well. All right, now skip right fast to the good stuff. Basically, Damon comes there and he somehow has like some secret passage in Rhaenyra's room that she never knew about. So basically, she finds out about that. Damon leaves a note. They sneak out into the King's Landing and they go have what we call a night on the town. Rhaenyra's never been out there. She never done anything in King's Landing. Damon's been in a little whore for a long time, so basically he knows the streets, he knows the road, and he's trying to show her along. So when that happens, Damon is showing her that there's more to just being a queen, and you can kind of do what you want, and he's trying to show her that. That's the message that I got from that. But he also brings her into a brothel house, so I guess the message changed after that, and then he was basically trying to like smash. But with that being said, I feel like I guess he couldn't bring himself to do it. He had Rhaenyra in certain positions, X-rated positions. It was about to go down and he kind of stopped. So I was kind of wondering what that was about, but he maybe just didn't really feel like it, or he kind of was taking advantage of her, or who knows. One thing that this scene showed us was that after Damon stopped, it kind of left Rhaenyra a little hot and bothered, and she was kind of ready for that. Kind of went back to her room, and the only person she could run into was my boy Tristan. You got to get some. Come on, bring it in. So basically, she kind of wooed him into the room, and they did the nasty. Now, my boy, big ups to my boy Tristan, man. He goes in the right place at the right time, I'll tell you that much. Now, this is where the stuff gets really good. Now, as Rhaenyra was leaving the brothel, there was one of those little kids where little kids like Viserys, little whisperers, who is, I guess, a whisperer to Otto Hightower, and basically, he kind of tells Otto Hightower that he's seen Damon and Rhaenyra coming out of a brothel and wants to inform him of that. That's what he does. Otto wants to go ahead and tell Viserys. Now, this is where Viserys is kind of like shows his true colors as the king. He kind of really does do that very well when it comes to him being upset. So Otto Hightower tells King what he heard. Doesn't say where it's from, but he knows that it's true because his sources are correct. This enrages Viserys, brings basically a spiraling confrontation between him and eventually Rhaenyra. Now, of course, he also wants to speak to Damon, and Damon doesn't really help the situation because he doesn't say that he didn't smash. He just kind of says, "Wed me, Rhaenyra." That's it. He kind of just wants that to happen, and Viserys is like, bro, you're tripping. And he moves on and he kind of goes to Rhaenyra and finds out that, hey, I guess he didn't smash. So everything's all good, but you still messed up your name, your title, and everything. So now you're marrying Sir Laenor Velaryon. Then the twist in the episode comes out after Rhaenyra says, okay, if you want me to marry Laenor Velaryon, you got to do your duty as the king. And guess what? Fire the hand. The one that continues to say, I'm doing these things and go against your thoughts and bringing in his daughter to marry you for his own purposes. And that's exactly what Viserys does. He fires Otto Hightower as the Hand of the King. And that's basically the climax of the episode. And I gotta say, man, that was a really good episode. I was really worried because I know there wasn't gonna have a lot of action in it, but it was very suspenseful. It was like not so epic, but more thrilling to see that, you know, not always action is gonna be what's gonna happen in these episodes. So it's good to see that they could bring all that drama and just combine all that lore with all of that. And it was really good. I liked it. This episode wasn't, you know, too crazy, but I know all these episodes aren't going to be super epic, you know. Some of them are going to die down. I think this was one of the ones that died down a little bit, but it was still a good episode. Way better than Lord of the Rings. Still better than all the Lord of the Rings episodes that came out. And I kept on referencing that to myself as I was watching the episode. So, alright guys, that was my thoughts on the episode. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down if you want to. Also, if you like my content, just go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want more. And of course, you know I'm going to bring you more episodes and trailers. And just keep coming back. I'll see you guys later. Peace.